All right, you guys, I am so pumped. Today's video, well, first of all, hi, how are you? Welcome to today's video. But today we are going to be doing my first project pan, and it is a collaboration with my girlfriends here on YouTube, Krystal Kay Beauty and Vanessa Lopez. I will be sure to link their channels in the description bar down below, along with our previous collab, a no mirror makeup challenge that I think was so much fun. But both of these girls are awesome. If you like my content, I know you will like theirs. Vanessa is really cute and quirky, and she just brings something different to the mix. Her reviews are so thorough. I love when she does reviews, and she just has some fun content on there. I know you will really enjoy her, and Krystal is just so personable and engaging. I feel like you'll watch her one time and feel like you're best friends with her. She also ventures outside of beauty just a little bit, and I think she has some really entertaining stuff. So if you aren't familiar with project pans, I'm going to get into what those are a little more in the video, but basically they are a great way for you to go through your makeup and probably remember what you have if you're like me and you just collect and collect and collect. Look at the stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm a girl who has everything? Also, it ensures that you are using up your products. The point and why it's called project pan is to hit pan on your products. Now, that being said, it means something a little bit different to every single person. For me, I will get into that as I talk about each product. So if you do enjoy this video, I hope you will give me a big thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed, I hope you will consider subscribing before you go. Enough with this intro, let's get into the project pan. Knowing what you have in your collection is part of being a smart consumer, and there is a very big project pan community. If you aren't familiar really or seen other project pan videos, if you just search for them, you will find a ton. One thing that I noticed going through my collection in kind of getting this project pan together was there's an overwhelming amount of things that I didn't use, things that I don't really, maybe it looks good from afar, but I don't use them. So in that sense, if I see something come out, I know maybe you want to pass on that. So let's go ahead and get into the products. I ended up picking 18 products because we're in the year 2018. And for me, my project pan is going to be from now until the end of 2018. First up is the Becca Backlight priming filter. And I chose this because I have so many primers, and that's kind of how I chose a lot of my stuff, is if I have a ton of different items in that category and I just feel like I don't rotate through them enough to use up any one product, I was like, this is a category I definitely need to put in the project pan. This is a primer that I really do enjoy, and I think moving into spring and summertime, I will get a lot of use out of this. I think getting through this one will definitely be realistic, and I did spend a nice amount of money on it, so I don't want it to just sit there. And next up is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. I have been talking about this quite a bit lately. I really do enjoy it, but I have so many concealers, and this was $4.99, I believe. Just regular price, I believe, is $4.99, and then Ulta was having a sale, so I picked up 3 or 4 of them. So I just want to make sure that I get through it and use it. Now, I skipped the foundation category altogether because I am not adventurous when it comes to foundation. I use the Pure 4-in-1 powder every single day. I rarely use a liquid foundation. There's no way I'm gonna use a liquid foundation up in a year's time. I just don't use them, so I skipped that. So next up is the Profusion Contour Makeup Case. And if you've been watching my channel, you know I love this. I have talked about this incessantly, I feel like lately. It's super affordable, but I think this is something that I will be able to go through. I have lots of other contour products, but I have been gravitating towards this, and I've been using it as bronzer as well because there's a warmer tone in here and there's a highlight. For me, and I didn't touch on this, so for both the Becca Backlight Priming Filter and the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer, I want to get both of these finished up. For this contour product, I would like to hit pan on at least one of the shades. They usually mix these two together for a contour shade that looks great on my skin. And then I like to use this as bronzer, and I use this one a lot for highlight. I don't really go into this shade that often, but my goal would be to hit pan on at least one of the shades in the palette. Next up, I wanted to pick a highlight. So I chose Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Pop with Becca. I guess now it has nothing to do with Jaclyn Hill, I'm pretty sure. It's just a shade that Becca carries permanently, but it's such a beautiful color. I would like to hit pan. I don't need to necessarily use the entire thing up. Getting through an entire highlighter is pretty tough. I'm sure most of you know Champagne Pop. It was like the #1 highlighter in the world, I believe, I think. But it was a really popular highlighter, and you just don't really hear it being talked about much anymore. And that's kind of another thing. I might do a dedicated video, but like the look, for example, that I'm wearing today. This is a Mario Dedivanovic inspired look. He did this on Kim Kardashian. You might also know him as Makeup by Mario. They have a collab coming out this week, and I have been really like tempted to get it. And I'm not sure that I need it. I did 2 looks with the makeup that I have inspired by looks he did on Kim for the collab's launch, and I think I might have what I need. This isn't exact. This I was just really having fun with. But I think back to when he launched the Master Palette, and that he did in collaboration with Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I loved the palette, but I don't reach for it anymore. I have so many palettes that were once just all the rage, and then it's like on to the next thing. It's like the bigger, better deal. I personally can't keep up with it anymore. My wallet can't keep up with it. My storage space can't keep up with it. So that is why I am doing this. If you guys have palettes that they were so hyped and now you don't hear about them anymore, or just any makeup items that were like all the rage and now what's happened to them? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what was something you were super pumped for and now it's just sitting in your bathroom. Oh, hi Perry. Let me go let her out of here. This is almost embarrassing to be talking about, but it's the Benefit Chicathon palette. What comes in here, let me just show you what's in this. You've got their Dallas blush, you've got Coralista, Dandelion, Hula, which is like a super cult favorite bronzer, and then this right here is a Rockateur, another blush, and this is one of my favorite blushes, but it's like, look at this palette. Like, it barely looks used. Now for this one, I would like to hit pan on at least one shade. I'm sure it's for sure expired by now. The expiration, let me see if it says on here. It's not listed for all of them, but if you can see, like, there's like an open jar and it has a number in it, and it basically is telling you from the time that you open the product, that's how much time you have before it expires. So Rockateur is a 12-month period, Dandelion is 6 months, and I think, is there anything else listed? Those are the only 2 listed, but 6 months, I mean, I don't know who could use a blush in 6 months. There's just no way. Let's talk eyes now, and this is the Jaclyn Hill collaboration with Morphe, and this palette's beautiful. I'm sure most of you know it. This is what it looks like on the inside. I have gotten a lot of use out of it, but as you can see, nowhere near pan on any of them. My goal is to hit pan on 3 eyeshadows in here. So for both of the looks that I did, trying to recreate some of Mario's looks and achieve something similar to his palette, I was able to use a lot of these shadows to do so. I can achieve the most dramatic, like something like this, just edgy, to the most natural everyday look. I think that this is going to be a super achievable one to do. I'm very excited about it. To me, of all the super hyped launches that have come out, people are still talking about it. Next up is my Kat Von D tattoo liner, and this is in the shade Trooper. I picked up another one of these because I thought I had one that was a marker and one that was like a brush tip, but in the end, they're both the same. So I really want to use this up. It wasn't cheap and it's really good. And the last couple of products in the eye category are brow products. And brows, you guys know I am like brow obsessed. I talk about the Benefit products all the time. I have here Precisely My Brow. I picked this one mainly because I just finished my Goof Proof pencil and I have another one that I'm about to start. This one I have used probably for a couple of months, but like not every day. So it's got to be most of the way full still. But if I'm using it on a more consistent basis, I bet you I will finish it. But I have so many Anastasia, like I have the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I have a bunch of stuff, like so much stuff from the drugstore because I'm trying desperately to find a brow product that I like that's affordable. But I think mainly because of my hair color, it's been really difficult. I will say I really did like the Maybelline Tattoo brows, but the color was just way too dark. And then the other thing that I have here is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter Gel. And I love this. I honestly don't. I guess I'm interested for you guys in finding something from the drugstore. I think that I'm just like, I have it in my head that there is nothing as good as this. I used to love the Anastasia one. I picked that up again during the VIB sale last year. And you guys, I think I've used it once because I keep going back to this. So these two are gonna be some surefire products that I will use up. Oh, whoops, those weren't the last products in the eye category. I went ahead and picked this primer because, well, number one, it's really good. It's the Pure Fully Charged Lash Primer. Number two, I feel like with lash primers, that's a product category that I can't really get into like on a consistent basis because it just takes much more time and effort. And I end up opening lash primers and then before I know it, I haven't used it and it's just kind of dried out. So I wanted to make sure that I used this up before it was unusable. But as I've started using it, I have noticed that it really does make a big difference when I put the time into it. It lengthens my lashes, it helps keep them separated. And something nice about this primer, with a lot of other primers, I find by the time I go, like I put it on and then I put on my mascara, the lashes just feel almost like crunchy and it's just hard to like layer the mascara over. I don't know. But this one, the lashes still stay like nice and flexible and your mascara nicely glides on afterwards. And next up is this Maybelline Total Temptation Mascara. This is, again, I feel like mascaras are just one of those things. I have gotten and purchased so many mascaras that getting through them before they dry up is something I need to work on. And I really do like this one. I know for a fact I will be able to get through this one because this is one that I can use on both my lower lashes and my upper lashes. For whatever reason, I think it's because I used to use a product like a lash serum that made my lashes really, really, really long, but it also ended up making my eyes super sensitive, so I had to stop using it. And since I stopped using it, I just feel like my lashes look like nubs. I think I got so used to how beautiful they were and now they're just not. So I don't know. I just find that this mascara does a really great job on both my lower lashes and my upper lashes. I know for sure I will be able to get through this. So for the lip category, I picked the Pure Expo Lip Exfoliator. This one is something I got recently in my BOXYCHARM box. Was it the first one? I don't know. It was in a BOXYCHARM box and I haven't had it that long, but I love it. And I want to make sure that I use this up because I have so many lip exfoliating type products in my collection that I think, because I'm always trying to find like the best new thing out there, some of them just, they get pushed in a drawer and I forget about them. Next up is my Urban Decay 24-Hour Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Stark Naked. I just forget to use lip liners consistently, and I feel like this is a really nice nude, and lip liners I think are on the tip of my tongue as I go to film this. This was originally not picked out, but I recently stumbled across the NYX, what are they? liquid suede matte lip liners. Or no, not liquid suede, but the suede. It's the NYX matte suede lip liners, I think is what they're called, and I'm obsessed and I want to buy more. But I'm like, I need to get through what I have if I'm going to be purchasing any other lip liners. And then to go along with the lip liner, this is the Urban Decay Vice Comfort Matte Lipstick, and it's in the shade Stark Naked as well. They really did a perfect match. For these guys, I don't know that it's realistic for me to use them completely up, but I really want to see how far I can get into them. That's what my plan is for these. And then I just picked out a couple of glosses. Well, one is technically a topper. This is the NARS Orgasm Lip Gloss, and it's just such a pretty, like, peachy color. It's like a peach with a gold reflect. It is a cult favorite. It initially was a NARS blush shade that did so well, and they've since launched the lip gloss, the lipstick. I'm trying to think of what else. There's an orgasm collection. I have so many glosses. I mean, I probably have hundreds of glosses, and I think I have only ever used up one lip gloss entirely. One. And if you're curious what it was the Buxom Full On Lip Polish in the shade Sugar. So beautiful. But I really do love this one, and I'm going to use this up entirely. And then my final lip product is the Jouer Lip Topper in Skinny Dip. And Skinny Dip is such a beautiful shade. It goes with any lipstick you want to wear. You can just put it right over the top. It was super hyped up, and I think, again, I used it and I fell into the hype. I do love it, and I'm glad I got it, but nobody's really talking about it anymore, and I just kind of forgot about it. So I'm just really excited about the Project Pan because it's going to keep these products at the forefront of my mind. So again, with these lip products, I am thinking I would like to just see how far into them I can get. I don't know if my goal is to finish them because I think that might be impossible, but I just want to see how far I can get. And I think that's the beauty of a Project Pan. It's keeping the products at the forefront of your mind and defining what you want for you. And then the last category is setting sprays. I have my Urban Decay All Nighter. This is one that I know I will use up. I mean, I have probably gone through 3 or 4 of these. This is my go-to. I also have here MAC Fix Plus. This is such a beautiful product. I find that I use it mostly, I think, with my eyeshadows. I do like it for a dewier finish. I have seen a lot of people kind of asking like the difference between setting sprays, so I figured this would be a good opportunity to give you my thoughts on them. This is just strictly to set your makeup, and it gives you just a nice finished look. The MAC Fix Plus, on the other hand, you can use prior to applying your makeup, and it has a much more dewy finish. I feel like the mister, I like the way this mists more than this one. When I'm applying it more as like a prep, it doesn't matter because obviously like I don't have any makeup on, but I feel like I really have to make sure I'm holding it far out if I'm setting my makeup with it. And for both of these setting sprays, I want to use them entirely by the end of the year. So that wraps up my Project Pan. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope I articulated everything right because it really honestly felt like such a hot mess filming it. Regardless of how the video turns out, I'm really excited for the project itself. Also, don't forget to check out Vanessa and Krystal. Like I said, they are awesome, and they are such a source of support for me, and I know you guys will love their content. If you guys did like this video, please be sure to give me a big thumbs up, and if you are not subscribed, I hope you will consider subscribing before you go. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye. Mario Dedevan. Why can't I just say Mario Dedivanovic? I just said it. How come I can't say it when I'm talking to the camera? I'm ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers. What's a fire and why does it? What's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore the shore above? Out of the sea, wish I could be part of that. Yeah, go get 'em, Ariel.